Let me ask you something. What if I told you that $10, just $10, could quietly change your financial life forever? Most people look at $10 and think, that's a coffee, that's lunch. That's nothing worth thinking about when it comes to building real wealth. But here's what nobody actually shows you. The average American household has $65,000 in savings, and at today's average savings rate, that earns them $27 a month. $27. That's less than a Netflix subscription. For $65,000 sitting in a bank, doing nothing for years. Now, I'm not here to make you feel bad about that. Most of us were never taught this. Nobody sat us down and explained how money actually grows. But what if someone had shown you, back when you had almost nothing, that $10 a week invested consistently in the right place follows a completely different path? That's exactly what this video is about. By the end of the next 12 minutes, you'll know the real math, the real platforms, and the real timeline. Not the version they put in clickbait thumbnails. And it all starts with understanding one thing that most people get completely wrong about what small money can actually do. Here's something I want you to sit with for a second. Almost every person who isn't investing right now has a reason. And almost every reason sounds completely logical. I'll start when I have more money. Sound familiar? This is the #1 reason people never start. And it is a trap. A very comfortable, very convincing trap. Because here's the thing about more money. It almost never arrives on its own. Lifestyle expands to fill income. The raise comes, and somehow there's still not enough left over. So what happens to the person who waited? Let's say 2 people, same age, same income. One started investing $50 a month at 22. The other waited until they had more money at 32. By age 62, person A has over $380,000. Person B, $183,000. Same monthly investment, 40 years versus 30. That 10-year gap cost them nearly $200,000. And we're not even talking about $50 a month. We're talking about $10 a week. Less than the cost of skipping one takeout order. Let that sink in for a moment. Now, the second reason people don't start, I don't know enough yet. And honestly, this one makes sense. Finance feels complicated. There's jargon, there's risk, there's 100 different opinions. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Waiting to know everything before you start is like refusing to drive until you've memorized every road on earth. You learn by moving. And the third reason, the market is too risky right now. People have been saying this every single year for the last 50 years. And every single year, the market has rewarded the people who ignored that fear. So if the reasons we don't start are mostly psychological, then the fix is also psychological. And it starts with one small commitment. Not a plan, not a strategy, just one number, $10. Now, where does that $10 actually go? And what does it turn into? Let's follow the money, because this is where things get genuinely interesting. There's a concept in finance that Albert Einstein reportedly called the 8th wonder of the world. He said, those who understand it, earn it. Those who don't, pay it. It's called compound interest. Compounding is simple. Your money earns a return, then that return also earns a return, then that earns a return. It's interest on interest on interest. And over time, it creates something almost unbelievable. Now let's put real numbers on this. $10 a week is $520 a year. That's your starting point, nothing more. And we're going to invest it at a 10% average annual return, which is roughly what the S&P 500 has returned over the last 50 years. After 5 years, you've put in $2,600 of your own money. But your account doesn't show $2,600. It shows $3,300. That extra $700 didn't come from your pocket. It came from the market working for you. At 10 years, you've invested $5,200. Your account? $8,900. Nearly $9,000 from $10 a week. The gap between what you put in and what you have is starting to widen. At 20 years, $10,400 invested. Account value, $31,000. You see what just happened? The gap didn't just grow, it tripled. The machine is running now, and you barely had to touch it. And now, 30 years. You've invested $15,600 total. That's $15,600 out of your pocket over 3 decades. Your account balance? $91,000. That is not a typo. But here's the part that really gets me. In the first 10 years, you gained $3,700 above what you invested. In the last 10 years, years 20 to 30, you gained $60,000. Same $10 a week, same market, just time. This is why starting early, even with almost nothing, is not a motivational poster. It's mathematics. And mathematics doesn't care about your feelings, your timing, or the news cycle. Now, $91,000 is a solid number, but you came here wondering about something bigger, something like $1,000 a month in passive income. So let's talk about the path from $10 a week to that. And this is where most videos lie to you. They say $10 a week will make you $1,000 a month. It won't. Not directly, not quickly. And I think you deserve to hear the real version, because the real version is actually more exciting. To earn $1,000 a month from dividends, you need a portfolio large enough that its yield covers that income. The size of that portfolio depends on where you invest, and that brings us to the three vehicles. Vehicle 1, index funds, specifically something like VOO or SPY, funds that track the S&P 500. 500 are the largest companies in America in one single investment. When they grow, you grow. The S&P 500 has returned an average of around 10% per year over the last 50 years. Some years it drops, some years it soars, but the long-term average has been remarkably consistent for half a century. So at 10% annually swipe, $10 a week for 30 years gives you that $91,000 portfolio. At a modest 4% dividend yield from that portfolio, that's around $300 a month. Not $1,000, but it's a foundation. The beauty of index funds is simplicity. You don't need to pick stocks, you don't need to monitor the market. You set up an automatic investment and you forget about it. It's the closest thing to a truly passive system that exists. Risk level for index funds, low. They diversify automatically across hundreds of companies. If one company fails, it barely moves the needle. This is the vehicle most financial advisors recommend for people just starting out. Vehicle 2, dividend reinvestment, or DRIPs. This is where things start to accelerate, because instead of taking your dividends as cash, you use them to buy more shares, which then pay more dividends, which buy more shares. It's compounding. But now your dividends are compounding too. Not just your original investment. Every dollar the market paid you is now working alongside the dollars you invested. The snowball gets heavier every single rotation. A real example, Johnson & Johnson has paid and increased its dividend for over 60 consecutive years. If you had invested $100 a month in 2004 and reinvested every dividend, by 2024 you'd have over $87,000 from $24,000 invested. DRIPs work best with stable, established companies, the kind that have been paying dividends through recessions, through crashes, through global pandemics. Boring is good here. Boring means reliable. Risk level, medium. You're concentrated in individual stocks rather than 500 companies, so company selection matters more, but if you stick to established dividend payers, the risk stays manageable. And now, Vehicle 3. This one moves faster, but faster always comes with a trade-off. And I want to be honest with you about exactly what that trade-off is before you get excited. Covered call ETFs, funds like JEPI and XYLD. These are designed specifically to generate income, and they do it through a strategy called covered calls. They own stocks, and they sell options contracts on those stocks to collect extra income. The yield on these funds? Around 10 to 12% annually. Compare that to a standard savings account at 0.5%, or a basic dividend stock at 2 to 3%. And you start to understand why people get excited about this. But here's the honest part. Covered call ETFs cap your upside. If the market has a great year, you won't fully participate in that growth. You're trading some long-term appreciation for higher current income. That is the deal. They also carry more volatility than index funds. In a bad market year, these can drop more sharply. So if you're young and you're starting with $10 a week, I'd suggest using these later, once you've built a base with index funds first. Risk level for covered call ETFs, medium to high. Not because they're reckless, but because they're more sensitive to market conditions than the other two. Use them intentionally, not randomly. All right, so let's talk about the real path to $1,000 a month, because I promised you honest numbers, not a thumbnail. And the honest answer is, the $10 a week is the door. What you do next determines how fast you walk through it. The system works like a ladder. You start at $10 a week, not because it's enough, but because starting matters more than the amount. Once it becomes a habit, you move up. Slowly, sustainably. Year 1, you invest $10 a week. That's $520. The point here is not the money. The point is the habit, the automatic investment. The week it doesn't feel like a choice anymore. That's year 1 success. Year 2, you got a small raise, or you cut one subscription, and now you move to $25 a week, $1,300 a year. You don't feel the difference in your daily life, but the compounding machine just got significantly faster. Year 3, you're at $50 a week, $2,600 a year. And something interesting happens around this point. You start to see your portfolio balance growing in ways that surprise you. The compounding is becoming visible. Year 5, you've reached $100 a week, $5,200 a year. At this point, invested consistently in a covered call ETF yielding around 11%, in 12 to 15 years from today, your monthly dividend income crosses $1,000. That's the real math. 12 to 15 years for $1,000 a month, every month, without selling a single share. Without working extra hours, the portfolio pays you, and the principal stays intact. And here's what nobody talks about. That $1,000 a month is not the ceiling, it's the floor. Because once the habit is built, the portfolio keeps growing. The dividends keep compounding, the number keeps rising. The $10 a week was never about $10 a week. It was about proving to yourself that you can do this, that the system works, that you are someone who invests. That identity, that shift, is worth more than the $520. All right, let's make this real, not theoretical, not someday. Here is the actual step-by-step process to start this week. And I mean this week, not when conditions are perfect. Step 1, choose your platform. For most people starting out, Fidelity is the best option. No account minimums, no trading fees, fractional shares available. Schwab and Robinhood are solid alternatives. Any of these work. Step 2, open the account. It takes about 20 minutes. You'll need your ID and bank details, that's it. There's no minimum to open. You can literally start with $10. Step 3, set up automatic investment. Find the auto invest feature. Every platform has it. Set it to $10 every Monday. Pick VOO for your first 2 years. Turn it on, walk away. Step 4, turn on dividend reinvestment, DRIP. This is a setting in your account. It means any dividends you receive are automatically used to buy more shares. You never even see the money. It just quietly compounds. Step 5, every 6 months, not every day, not every week, check your balance. And if your income has increased since you set this up, increase your contribution by just $5 a week. Just $5. That's it. 5 steps, 20 minutes of setup, and then the system runs. You don't need to watch CNBC. You don't need to follow stock Twitter. You don't need to understand options trading. The machine does the work. Now, before we wrap up, there are 4 mistakes I see people make when they start this journey, and I want to name them directly. Not to scare you, but because knowing them in advance means you won't make them. Mistake 1, panic selling when the market drops. The market will drop. It always has. It always recovers. The people who lost money in 2008 were the ones who sold at the bottom. The people who held made everything back, and more. Mistake 2, putting everything into one stock. Diversification is not just a word finance people use to sound smart, it's the reason index funds work. Don't bet your $10 a week habit on a single company's quarterly earnings report. Mistake 3, spending your dividends instead of reinvesting them, especially in the early years. Every dollar you take out of the system is a dollar that stops compounding. In 20 years, that dollar could have been worth 10. Let it work. Mistake 4, waiting for the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment. The best time to start was 10 years ago. The second best time is today. Every week you wait is a week of compounding you never get back. Let's bring it all together because I want to make sure you leave this video with clarity, not just information. So let's walk through what we actually covered today. We covered why the savings account is quietly losing your money every year to inflation. We covered why the 2 biggest reasons people don't invest, not enough money, not enough knowledge, are both solvable today. With $10, we covered how compounding works and why the last 10 years of a 30-year investment generate more wealth than the first 20 combined. Time is the ingredient that money cannot buy back. We covered the 3 vehicles: index funds for safety and simplicity, dividend reinvestment for accelerated compounding, and covered call ETFs for maximum income generation once your foundation is built. And we covered the real timeline. $10 a week is the door. The ladder takes you from $10 to $25 to $50 to $100. And at $100 a week consistently in 12 to 15 years. You're collecting $1,000 a month, every month, passively. So here's my question for you, and I want you to actually answer this, not just in your head, but in the comments below, because your answer might surprise you. Right now, This week, are you investing anything at all? Even $1? Drop your answer below. 0, 10, 50, 100. No judgment, just honesty, because the number doesn't matter. The habit does. If you're starting from 0 and you want to take one action today, here it is. Open a Fidelity account. Takes 20 minutes, costs nothing. Set $10 auto invest into VOO every Monday. That's it. You've started. And if you want to go deeper, if you want to understand how to build a full dividend portfolio, how to add JEPI and XYLD strategically, and what a complete 10-year investment roadmap actually looks like, that's exactly what we cover in our next video. And if you want the exact 10-year roadmap, every step, every platform, how to build from $10 a week to a full dividend portfolio, click the video on screen right now. Keep stacking.